Excellent. So I'll just go full screen with this.
Yeah. I can check on YouTube too, just make sure it's not working.
Excellent. Thank you.
You guys get the first choice.
Put you on the end?
I'm on the clock today.
I love that for you.
Good job. I love this job.
They try to figure it out.
Is it live right now? If somebody moves their back, in the seat that I was going to sit in. I was hoping at the editor that I could sit there so my stuff was there. But, I can only hold it back. I'm just trying to be, pain in the butt to sit there. It's like the airport. Sit down and get up.
Yeah. I'd love to. So, and it's on.
Sweet.
I'm betting $15 that somebody's going to try to go. Yeah, me too. I had no idea what year I was like, I'm going to wear something. I'm recovering. I was trying to wear a Salve shirt or something when I'm working games, but I thought this is chiller. Like, I think I'm gonna do my best. It's just like, I don't want to be intrusive on myself.
It's nice to see Sergio holding the back line there.
Inductees, I also have to
Stick this right here.
Plenty of room up
I'm
front.
probably gonna do I know what I'm doing. It's just like,
We should leave the floor.
I'm looking at like the people's stuff that are popping up on the screen right now, and like where they're standing. This is where I was told to sit.
Or you can write. For the right.
I think I'm just waiting on mine. I'm in the room.
We'll go sit on.
More like
What was that for? Everybody comfortable? As big a room as this is, we're going to make this a nice intimate setting for us today. So thank you for coming. Welcome to the 2021 Athletic Hall of Fame inductions at the Bazarski Lecture Hall in the O'Hare Academic Center on the beautiful campus of Salve, Regina University in historic Newport, Rhode Island. As we complete the extended Mercy Week in celebrating Catherine McCauley's birthday, I am drawn to my favorite quote on a piece of granite in front of the Rogers Recreation Center, and that is, "Let us rejoice when good is done, no matter by whom it is accomplished." We come together today to celebrate and rejoice the contributions and accomplishments of Clare Adams, Ryan Birrell, Sergio Gonzalez, Meaghan Harden, and Bobb Angel to the rich history and traditions of Salve Regina athletics. Let us bow our heads and pray. Accept, O Lord, our thanks and praise for all that you have done for us. We thank you for the splendor of the whole creation, for the beauty of this world, for the wonder of life, and for the mystery of love. We thank you for the blessing of family and friends, and for the loving care which surrounds us on every side. We thank you for setting us at tasks which demand our best efforts, and for leading us to accomplishments which satisfy and delight us. We thank you also for those disappointments and failures that lead us to acknowledge our dependence on you alone. Above all, we thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, for the truth of his word and the example of his life, for the steadfast obedience by which he overcame temptation, for his dying, through which he overcame death, and for his rising to life again, in which we are raised to the life of your kingdom. Grant us the gift of your Spirit, that we may know him and make him known, and through him at all times and in all places may give thanks to you in all things. And all the people said, Amen. Now please stand as we honor America with the singing of the national anthem by our very own Pitches with Attitude, featuring some Seahawk student athletes, past and present, and one of our soon-to-be honorees, Clare Adams. They will follow the anthem with their rendition of Hail Holy Queen, during which you may sit and enjoy before rising again with a standing ovation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the Holy Queen enthroned above, oh Maria, the Mother of Mercy and of Love, oh Maria, triumphantly cherubim, sing with us, ye seraphim, heaven and earth resound the hymn. Salve, 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 Regina. Our life, our sweetness here below, oh Maria, our hope and sorrow and in woe, oh Maria, triumphantly cherubim, sing with us, ye seraphim, heaven and earth resound the hymn. Salve, 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 Regina. Hallelujah. Mater, mater, intemerata, sanctus Dominus, Birrell spicem, mater spicem, sanctus Dominus. Hallelujah. Our life, our sweetness here below, oh Maria, our hope and sorrow and in woe, oh Maria, triumphantly cherubim, sing with us, ye seraphim, heaven and earth resound the hymn. Salve, 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 Regina. Salve, Regina. Salve, Regina.
Wow, that is our song. Well done, Pitches with Attitude. Want to recognize some Hall of Famers in the audience right now. We do have Jerry Willis, who we met out front, Erin Phillips Bradley, and Caitlin Birrell Haskell. Welcome back to Salve Hall of Famers. Good to have you. I want to thank the NFL as well for its scheduling of the biggest regular season game in history 7 hours after our event, so that the same audience could witness both. Claire, Ryan, Sergio, Meg, and Bob. 3 of you competed at home in the Rogers Recreation Center. 1 of you graduated before the Rogers Recreation Center was even built. But your home was sometimes Fort Adams or Reynolds Field, named after former Director of Athletics, Brother Michael Reynolds, who's in our Athletic Hall of Fame. 1 of you called games of 2 of you, while his son was coaching another group of Seahawks. Your athletic careers span 4 different athletic directors at the university: Lynn Sheedy, Del Malloy, Colin Sullivan, and Jody Meridian. Please welcome our Director of Athletics, Jody Meridian.
Thanks, and thanks for leaving all this space open so I could stretch out. But on behalf of our president, Kelly Armstrong, and all of Salve Regina Athletics, it's my honor to welcome you back and congratulate you on being selected to Salve Regina University Athletics Hall of Fame. It's really nice to see everybody back, and it's truly a great day for us. Being part of the Hall of Fame hopefully means a lot to you. I know it means a lot to us. When people ask me what makes Salve such a great place, and I think we'll agree it is a great place, I always have an easy answer. It's the people. And the people are our roots. So I want to thank all of you today being honored and those that have been honored before, because you truly have made us and our athletic department what we are, and we can't thank you enough. This actually is a very special class of inductees in that it's made up of exceptional athletes, but then also the voice that told their story. We are honoring your athletic accomplishments, but really we're honoring you as a whole person and the lives that you're leading now as well. As Ed said, we just finished celebrating Mercy Week at Salve Regina, and you all really represent what that means. Mercy, your care for others, the fields you've chosen, and we really are just so proud and thankful that you're back. And we want to honor you for everything you've done and make sure you truly know that it matters to us and that you'll always be a Seahawk. As we say, once a Seahawk, always a Seahawk. So thank you all and congratulations.
Yeah, I do want to apologize. Jody reminded me, not about the headline that I used, but the headline that I used for this release was for former Seahawks. No, 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 no. Once a Seahawk, always a Seahawk. Welcome back, and let's go. I don't have a script now, but what we will do is move to our next slide. Embracing the future, preserving the past. That's what we're doing with this ceremony. We want to embrace the future and preserve the past, and we will share that with you right now, I believe.
Scoreboard says 4 seconds to go. They're going to give Ryan Sonberger, who will kick barefoot, a chance to win this ball game. All right, snap. Here's the kick. It's a hard kick, and it is good! Ryan Sonberger kicks a field goal on the last play of the game and wins it for Salve Regina.
Odiano! Alessandro Odiano! And for the 4th time in program history, the Salve Regina Seahawks
inside the arc, straight away. Allegra Lavoie, looking, waiting, takes the shot. Gives up to Horace. Again, waiting, gives it to Allegra. Left wing, right by right, takes the jumper. Yes! Allegra takes the drive, but a little room, but if the jumper connects again. Endicott can have the last shot if they want it. Shot clock is off, 37-33. Working it around, and Shane has it now left side in the corner. Goes to Ashton right. Out high to Chisholm. On the right side, Burke. Goes to the foul line, down the lane. Runs, this is a layup. Rebound by Eric Phillips. 2 seconds to go. Allegra with a long shot, and it is, yes! It's good! It's good! From three-quarter court! Allegra Lavoie! Unbelievable!
I never get tired of watching that or listening to that. Outstanding, brings chills. Several of the players that were on the court at that time are in the audience today, so welcome to them. Before I forget, we are streaming live today, thanks to Jasper and his connection with YouTube. So folks that can't make it here can be watching us live at home or from Gillette Stadium if they're tailgating already. Let me get a few thanks out of the way before we do our inductions. Jasper, Emily Glory, who will be taking some photos of our inductees as they come up on stage. Steve Pasadelis and Seth Benson, coordinating the ushering of today's event. Pitches with attitude for sure. Sodexo, who provided the great brunch for us. And now, Clare Adams, come on up. How are you? I'm very good. Well, Clare Adams, it's been 7 years since you graduated from here. Yeah, I can do my math, 2014. You were on the stage 7 years ago, and I didn't see you. My daughter was graduating the same year as you. It's the one time in 30 years that I missed an athletic awards ceremony. And you took home not one, not two, but 3 awards that night. Athlete of the Year, Sister Philemon Danigan Award, and the Senior Scholar Athlete. So you were the whole package. The first Seahawk women's volleyball player inducted into Salve Regina's Athletic Hall of Fame, Clare, graduated with the most kills, 990, and second most service aces, 129 all time. She earned the 3 major awards, as we talked about, while leading the Seahawks to a greatest single season winning percentage and most wins, 839, 26-5. Salve enjoyed its first 3 seasons above 500 in winning percentage after Clare's freshman campaign and reached the ECAC tournament 3 straight times. But what captures me most, Clare, is when I'm walking up to my office in the Rogers Recreation Center, December 2011, and I see you wearing some kind of contraption, jogging up and down these stairs at the Rogers Recreation Center. This is after the volleyball season. Shortly after the volleyball season. So you said, I'm going to get ready for my junior year. She's a sophomore at the time. No, she didn't say that. I questioned it. I'm like, is she already preparing for next year? Yes, she was. 2012 was going to feature Clare Adams and her dad Greg climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. As 2011 ended and 2012 began, they were at the highest point of Mount Kilimanjaro. Woo! And let me have this playing while she's standing there. Yeah, we've got some good footage of you playing. And you can see it on the monitor here. So you'll recall your times with your your teammates. The one that I recall the most is when I ran into you in your senior year under the tent over at now Garrity Hall. I was wearing a t-shirt from a mission trip that I had made that summer with my family. And it said, "What do you stand for?" So you read my t-shirt. You said, "What do you stand for?" And I didn't have an answer. I fumbled. But this person dug it out. That's a volleyball pun, by the way. She dug me out because what Clare Adams stands for is amazing. What you do now in your work, you can share that with our audience and what it means to you. But welcome to the Salve Regina University Athletic Hall of Fame. Pictures first.
Step forward a little bit. You're going to click off on your doctor.
And now your turn up here.
Hi, everybody. Wow, thank you so much, Ed. Thank you, Jody. Congratulations, class of 2021 Hall of Fame. What an honor to be here. Whew. In receiving the news of being inducted into Salve's Athletic Hall of Fame, I had to pinch myself a little bit. To be honest, I never thought I would be up here. In high school, I actually wondered if I would even make the cut for a college team. I just knew that I loved the game. With some encouragement from my coaches and my family, I took a chance and decided to try out as a walk-on, and gosh, I am so glad that I took that risk. Now here we are, and what an honor. I'm so grateful to be back in Newport, from where I currently live in landlocked Denver, Colorado. Get to spend some time with family and friends, and of course to enjoy some pasta beach, which I might have a mild obsession with. The ocean, this campus, they definitely hold some magic. It has brought some welcome time of self-reflection over my time at Salve. As a student and an athlete, I am very grateful for the experiences I was able to have, the community I was able to form, and the lessons that have developed my character. To my coaching staff, thank you. You have invested in me and taught me the skills to be competitive and to strive for excellence. To my Salve coaches, thank you. You took a timid walk-on from random small-town Ohio and welcomed me into an athletic career that changed my life. Lauren Wells Parsons, she can't be here because she is busy getting inducted into her own Athletic Hall of Fame at Averett, so congratulations to her. But just thankful for her and her leadership. She taught what it takes to win, but also emphasized what it takes to build character. That we need to create space to cultivate our minds just as much as our athletic ability. Thank you for the leadership opportunities within our team that have helped me grow into who I am. To my teammates, thank you for your friendship, laughter, and memories. Together we learn the value of community. You see your team at your best and your worst, and your team sees you in that too. When we come together, it makes you want the greater good. It shifts the focus off of your own selfish ambition and allows you to lift others up. We created a sisterhood that's greater than winning. We created family, Ohana. To my Salve community, administrators, athletic trainers, teachers, SRUVB parents, thank you for your support behind the scenes and your service. You guys came my family away from home, and I am so grateful for your kindness and encouragement. There is a quote, "Beautiful things don't ask for attention," and that is very much you guys. But the biggest thank you to my incredible family for supporting my passion for volleyball at a young age, for driving me across state lines for tournaments, for washing my nasty knee pads, so sorry, for making countless team meals, and for putting up with my grumpiness and silence on the way home after a loss. In exploring colleges, you encouraged me to pursue my strengths, and you supported me when I chose a school so far from home. You would fly 700 miles to my games. Just thank you so much for your sacrifice and spending time, energy, and resources to support me. I cherish the times when you have pointed out my successes, when I have struggled to see past my failures. You remind me every day of my worth and encourage me, getting emotional, I'm sorry, to make a difference in this world. Mom and Dad, you set the example. You're what the kids say, #goals. My experience as a collegiate athlete has taught me such critical life skills that I hold dearly to my heart and that still influence me today. Today, I work for a Christian housing program in downtown Denver, Colorado, for women coming out of crisis situations like addiction, homelessness, and domestic violence. In my role, I have the opportunity to pour into women as their mentor, leading by example, and trying to care for them well, ultimately trying to facilitate self-sufficiency. I think about my experience as an athlete, a student, a leader, and smile with gratitude for the lessons that have played a part, lessons that have sparked compassion, empathy, and a desire to give back. A desire to treat people within my sphere of influence as my team, and for that, Salve, I am thankful. You've heard it said, it takes a village, and when I think over these achievements and generous recognition, I wouldn't be here today without my village of people behind me, people who have supported, challenged, and encouraged me. My village is a gift from God, so I ultimately want to thank Him. As Romans says, for Him, from Him, and to Him are all things. To Him be the glory. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Claire. Congratulations. In an effort to make her website widely known, I'd like to say wildly known, which isn't easy. But wildly known should become widely known. If you go to that website, you will know Clare Adams, now a Hall of Famer. Wildly known. She likes play on words like as much as I do. And by the way, it's not just the kids that are saying #gold. You know, some of us adults are saying it as well. It's widely known. Who's in color? Come on up. Ryan Birrell. We'll take care of this. Awesome. Right away. Congratulations. Photos. All right. We had to steal him away from Endicott. We got the better of the deal. Thank you, Ryan, for choosing Salve after Endicott. It's a good choice. You joined me on Seahawk Talk in May of 2020. It was nice to be able to see folks without masks on during the onset of the pandemic, and Ryan was gracious enough to join me, as well as Cam Collins and Wendell Hickson and Dan Royce, some of your teammates. What you accomplished during your athletic career should not be overshadowed by your younger sister. Okay, I had to say it, right? But you, I'm going to quote Coach Foster. I am pleased to see Ryan Birrell gain well-deserved acknowledgement in the Salve University Athletics Hall of Fame. His accomplishments on the basketball court and in the classroom have been, is this playing by the way? There we go. have been major. However, they are dwarfed by the personal impact on his teammates' lives and their success. He was the backbone of our program in his time at Salve, and his imprint remains on our culture today. You recall this setting 10 years ago? Clutch free throws down the stretch, overtime. Salve won by 10 points. So that was huge. As he's cutting down the net now, this was the only time I ever saw Ryan Birrell struggle. Scissors were not made for left-handers. So he struggled a little bit on there. He did get a piece of the net. He celebrated with his teammates a conference championship in 2011. It was the second that Coach Foster experienced while being at Salve Regina. It was also the second that Coach Foster experienced while being in Tansy Gymnasium, because he was an assistant coach with the Wentworth program when it won, Sean, can I say the year? It was after he graduated college, okay? So he's a Salve grad, and he's proud of you, as we all are. You and your teammates captured that championship on the same day that your sister and her teammates captured a championship in 2011. And then they came up rushing to Boston, Massachusetts, to fill Tansy Gymnasium. That crowd was unparalleled except for the next year. 2012, the Rogers Recreation Center saw something that it has never seen since, but we will. In 2012, both men's and women's basketball finished as the top seed in the Commonwealth Coast Conference regular season. Ryan Birrell was the Defensive Player of the Year and the Player of the Year in the CCC as a graduate student. Outstanding. The women defeated Endicott in the afternoon in front of a packed gymnasium. It got even bigger for the second game, the night game. The men were on center stage. And I have never seen the gym rock like that, and I hope I will someday. But Ryan and his teammates put up a great effort against the Gulls and went on to the ECACs that year. Ryan, you will never play second fiddle to Caitlin Birrell Haskell. You are in the Hall of Fame, and you are among now double-digit men's basketball players that are on it. Jay Brule, John Galogli, Justin Hackley, Thomas Hull, Scott Kopecki, Paul Morosky, Bernard Redfield, and Steve Soba. Welcome to the Salve Regina University Athletic Hall of Fame.
All right. Thanks, Ed. Jody, thank you. I would like to start by congratulating my fellow inductees, Claire, Sergio, Meg, and Bob. It's been so great to learn and hear about all your accomplishments over the last few months. It's obvious why all of you are here today, so congratulations again. Growing up, sports was always a huge part of my life. When the time came to look at colleges, I knew basketball was something I wanted to continue to pursue. I decided to attend Endicott College, as Ed mentioned, in hopes of playing basketball at the next level. However, after failing to make the team there, we're not exactly sure how yet, I started to think my dream of playing at the college level may not happen. I met Coach Foster at a summer league game later that year. Coach, you had a much better eye for talent. And Coach invited me to campus for a visit. I was hesitant at first after my experience at Endicott, but ultimately decided to give it another shot and transferred to Salve that fall. It turned out to be the best decision of my life. Salve has taught me the lifelong values: hard work, dedication, faith. It taught me the importance of teamwork and working together to achieve a common goal. All things I still use every day of my life. I'm so grateful for everything that Salve has taught me and could not imagine being part of a different university. I wouldn't be standing here today without the support of so many people. I would like to start by thanking my family. Mom, Dad, you always guided and supported me in every decision I made. Even with 5 of us all playing, you somehow never missed a game. Dad, you've always been the best coach I could ever have. And Mom, you taught me the importance of sportsmanship and always remaining humble. Anyone who knows my family, we can tend to be a little competitive. Growing up with 4 siblings, we constantly competed at everything. With two older brothers, much bigger and stronger than me, backyard games of basketball did not usually result in any wins. Luckily, I had Katie there, who was always ready to compete, which I didn't mind because it was a great way to boost my confidence. When Katie turned about 13 and games with her started getting a little too close for comfort, I strategically moved on to my youngest sister, Carrie. But seriously, if it wasn't for family, I would not have been the same competitiveness and drive to win that I carried with me every time I stepped on the court. So thank you all. Second, Coach Foster. I know I did not exactly get off to the best start for reasons we don't need to go into today. But you stuck with me, gave me a second and third chance. I think we can finally look back now and say that it all worked out. You helped me grow so much as a player, constantly challenged me and pushing me to reach my full potential. You made me earn every minute of playing time year after year. You also taught me how to be a leader. As a sophomore, you made me a captain and entrusted me to lead our guys. What I learned over those 3 years of being a captain are still traits I carry with me today. Finally, to all my teammates, who are all a little busy to be here today, but it's all right. Woody, Dan, Wendell, Smiley, Jeff, Scott, Pat, Josh, everyone else. We went through so much together. The 6 a.m.s, the 27-3s, the war drills, the long bus rides. Definitely times we wanted to kill each other, but we always came together and became brothers. I'll never forget the 2011 season we had together, going on the road for 3 straight games in the conference tournament and winning the championship. All the individual awards would not have been possible without all you guys. You truly made my job as a point guard so easy. I'm truly honored to be inducted into the Salve Regina Hall of Fame. Salve and my time playing basketball here have played a huge role in defining who I am today. The memories, and most importantly, the friendships that were made are something that I will carry with me forever. Thank you.
And for each of our honorees, I do want to also present you your own poster of the class of 21. So it'll be up here because the last thing we'll do is have everybody back up on stage for a nice photo, group photo. We go. Getting ready for soccer. Coming up from the back is Sergio Gonzalez. Sergio, coming to us from Louisville, Kentucky, where he is an assistant coach with a team Racing Louisville. That's a member of the NWSL, goalkeepers coach. So I had to find some footage from his playing days, and I had just invested in a Sony Digital 8 camera the summer going into your senior year.
I saw that video back then.
I know, they did. So it was good to have. We actually captured this footage at Oka Court with fellow inductee Bobb Angel serving as the MC of ceremonies. And I'll apologize to Bob later, I already have many times, because for that ceremony 23 years ago, I wrote a script for Mr. Angel to read lyrics from songs that were popular at the time, including Jane's Addiction. Ready to sing it? Jane said, I'm done with Sergio. But nobody could be done with Sergio because he is a keeper. Literally a keeper. Coach Corey. Sergio is the greatest example of one's effort and determination becoming reality for oneself and one's team both on the field of play and in life. I had the pleasure of coaching many fine young men and women at Salve Regina, though Sergio is often the example that I use when discussing with high school athletes and their families how athletic participation can open doors, advance one's growth, and expand one's opportunities. He was unfortunately unable to be with us today, had a family matter pop up. Hopefully folks are watching on the stream. Those words from head coach Keith Corey, who was your coach at the time. He is now the director of athletics at Johnson High School in Johnson, Rhode Island. He has a growing family. Some of his kids are my kids' ages, and your family is growing as well. He has made the move as a Division I coach in soccer from Indiana University, Ohio State University. Before that, at Salve, we saw a clip that led off that video earlier with Bobb Angel calling the football win at Topa Field. Following that clip was Ryan Casa, a former goalkeeper for Salve Regina men's soccer, calling the championship game in 2019 for Salve Regina men's soccer in its win over who? Thank you very much. It was a 3-2 overtime triumph for the Seahawks. But the first championship, as Ryan mentioned, that Salve Regina men's soccer won its 4th championship. The first championship was on the shoulders of Sergio and his teammates in 1998. They had reached the finals of the CCC in 97 and then took the crown with a road win at Roger Williams, I believe?
Yeah,
Overtime.
Yeah.
Who scored the winning goal?
Also Garris.
Not you.
No, definitely. Did take a penalty in my time here.
Did you?
I did. I think coach was trying to throw me a bone, but I did take a penalty. So, well, I still have the box score just to prove it.
I've been looking for that box score.
I'll send you a copy.
At the SID, I need that box score.
It's an old box score now.
Well, let's welcome Sergio Gonzalez into the Athletic Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Jody. Really appreciate this honor. Thank you, Ed, for the video with me with hair. It makes me even more depressed now. This is a tremendous honor, and I want to thank the Hall of Fame committee. I also want to thank all the other inductees today and congratulate them for all their achievements. It's tremendous. It's so nice to be back. It's probably been close to 20 years. Unfortunately, my wife Meaghan and my children Aiden, Liliana, and Nora weren't unable to make it, but I want to thank them for their love and support. I want to thank my parents. I couldn't have done any of this without them, and my sister Sarah Beth, who also went to Endicott College. I find this theme with Endicott. I want to thank them for everything they've done. I want to give my dad a special shout out as he fights a battle with leukemia, and he's winning that battle right now, so we're hoping that that continues to go, so they weren't able to be here. My aunt and uncle, Fred and Peg, who came, who were such a big part of my journey here, and it's nice to be able to share this day with them. So thank you guys for coming as well. My family, I couldn't have done it without them. They were here at so many games. Sometimes I thought that they just wanted to come hang out in Newport, and the soccer part was a bonus. They just go to the Christmas tree shop and all that other fun stuff. But I couldn't have done it without them, and they were such a huge piece to my success and to just who I am now today, and I want to thank them all. I know a lot of them are watching, so I love you guys and thank you. My coaches, the assistant coaches, Coach Juan and Coach Rogers, who was with me for a majority of the time, thank you for your support over the years. And to Coach Corey for giving me the opportunity to be here. I still remember getting that letter in the mail, the recruiting letter. They sent letters back then, not emails. And opening it up and looking at an aerial view in Newport and being like, wow, can't wait to go check this place out. And came here on campus, fell in love with the place. And, Coach was great because he would randomly show up at games as I was getting ready to come to Salve. And it just showed me when you invest in someone, the motivation that gives them and what that allows them to grow and develop into. And I can't thank him enough. When I decided to get into coaching, Coach was a huge mentor in it. I'll remember when I graduated and I'm like, Coach, I don't know what I want to do. And he's like, oh, you should be a grad assistant. And I'm like, well, what's a grad assistant? And he's like, well, you go get a master's and then you can coach a little bit and they'll pay for it. So I ended up at Slippery Rock University, the other SRU as I like to call it. And it kind of all went from there, but along the way, Coach was such a huge mentor to me as I started my path that I'm still on right now 20 years later. So I appreciate it, Coach. And we still keep in touch and talk, and I can't thank him enough for everything he's done for me. My teammates, even though it's been 20-something years, Facebook's been great. We keep in touch with each other, and I got a lot of really good, great messages from them. I know they're all busy with their families as well. The memories still stay with me today of the big wins and the friendships that grew over time, and it was just such a tremendous experience. My time at Salve taught me about hard work, being a good person, and doing things the right way. These values have stayed with me and carried with me during my 20 years of coaching, where I've been privileged to work with amazing athletes at the collegiate level, at the international level, and now at the professional level. And I look back at my time here at Salve as a student athlete, and that's helped me guide my principles and my values and how I do things. And I'm so thankful to have been part of this. And I thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Glad to have Sergio Gonzalez part of our Hall of Fame. And the words of Brian Shanley, who was inducted 2 years ago in 2019. Obviously, we didn't have anything last year in 2020. These are Brian's words, but they apply to Sergio as well. What took you so long? So, glad to have you. You join fellow soccer players in the Hall of Fame. Josh Keller, class of 93. Paul Kielbasa, class of 1986. Paul Morawski, basketball as well. He's from the class of 1980. And James Nelson III, class of 1985. So, pretty good class to be the fifth among them. And, well, this sport has a lot. Women's basketball has a lot of inductees, but none have scored more points than the next one. So, let's bring up Meaghan Harden.
Congratulations so much. Appreciate it.
Post your photo. Here. Meaghan Harden. You can go to Endicott. Here's what you did do. All right? You scored a lot of points. A lot of points. This is her freshman year, by the way. Rookie of the Year in the Commonwealth Coast Conference. This is her senior year of practice. This is her senior year playing with a broken nose. Driving to the hoop with a broken nose. Fearless. As you can see, she is no stranger to this stage. She's been on the stage multiple times. Two-time Athlete of the Year at Salve Regina. So the numbers, you say. Back-to-back years as Female Athlete of the Year. First team All-Conference CCC. 4 years. 4 years. You can only do more than that thanks to COVID. She set a single game record, scoring 45 points in one game. It happened to coincide with her eclipsing 1,000 points as a junior. November 15, 2015. November 22, 2015 was the date. 1 week later, she put up another record. And that was free throws in a game. 13 for 13 from the free throw line. So I had to show clips of you practicing because this didn't just happen. You became a good player by practicing. You look like you enjoy yourself out on the court.
I do. It's just natural.
Here's the one thing that strikes me about somebody that has scored as many points as Meaghan Harden. Unlike the greatest players of our time, Zero ego. Zero ego. The most humble person you can imagine. Let me quote Coach Hughes. Meaghan Harden is the most prolific scorer in the history of Salve women's basketball. She was an unselfish player, an excellent teammate, and is easily one of the most humble players I have ever had the pleasure of coaching. I'm excited that she is taking her rightful place among Salve's best. Meaghan Harden, you are joining a large group: Connie Betancourt, class of 83, Kerry Curvels, class of 96. Her daughter plays for Coach Hughes right now. She's in the audience. Lindsay Frederick, class of 06, Tracy Drew, class of 90, Caitlin Birrell, class of 13, Nicole Johnson, class of 97, Christina Julius, class of 90, Diane Liberatore Jackson, class of 1965, I said 65, Allegra Lavoie, class of 09, Erin Phillips, class of 2011, Alyssa Rickey, class of 99, and Julie Taché, class of 86. But none have scored more than Meaghan Harden. 1,945. And gentlemen, you're all behind her as well. Nobody has scored as many points as Meaghan Harden. Congratulations to Meaghan Harden.
Just give me a second here while I pull out my phone. Hi everyone, thank you Ed and thank you Jody. I would like to start off by thanking the Salve Regina Athletic Department, teammates, family, and my friends for just getting me here today. It is truly an honor and a humbling experience. I want to also take a second just to congratulate all the other inductees. It's an honor to be recognized here with you today. Throughout my career here at Salve, there have been a number of people that have positively influenced and impacted me, both athletically and professionally. Starting off with just all of my Salve professors for providing me with an excellent education that prepared me to be successful in my current career path. I would now like to spend some time to acknowledge my teammates, which most of them were able to come today. Sorry, Ryan. When I arrived here, I was just so happy that I found a group of girls that were just as passionate about the game of basketball than I was, which I honestly didn't think was possible. So they definitely proved me wrong. Their hard work, competitiveness, desire, and drive made every practice and every game fun and just an honor to be a part of. Whether it was Katie Birrell, number 2, getting that steal, finished with a no-look assist, or Marissa Deuces, number 22, just always putting her body on the line and shutting down our opponent's best offensive players. Or Maddie, she's not here today, she's in Michigan, but Mad Dog, as Coach would call her, number 3, consistently making left-handed layups that she always seemed to be just so nervous about. Bottom line is I wouldn't want to step out on the floor and go into battle with anyone else. I am so grateful to have played with such amazing teammates who are now my sisters. To my coaching staff, my head coach, Coach Hughes, Coach Ash, Coach Andy, Coach Tamika, had a lot of assistant coaches along the way. But just thank you for teaching us what it's like to work hard and just to never give up. Coach, all right, you're back there. Coach, thank you for believing in me and giving me the chance just to go out there on the court and just play the game that I love. I remember how nervous I was my freshman year, at tryouts, just thinking that I wasn't going to make the team. Thankfully, I was wrong. So because of you and you and the team really recognized my talent, and you just instilled that trust in me to go out there and just show you my game and what I could contribute to on the team, on the floor, just to ultimately win us games. So just thank you for always pushing me to be not only a better player but a better person as well. Thank you to my family who are all here today. Just thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to. I'm sorry. I gotta refine myself here. Yeah, thank you to my family for giving me the opportunity to come to Salve. You guys just sacrificed, so much and always wanted the best for me. You came to every game that you could just to cheer us on. Every home game, my dad would make sure that he would bring my family there, you know, an hour early before tip-off, and I'd be like, Dad, what are you doing here? The game doesn't start for another hour. He's like, it's all right, Max, you gotta get here early. I'm like, all right, well, have a seat, and the stands are open, so, you know, so, and I wanted to say that I always just miss our tradition of going out after every home game, exploring different restaurants in Newport, you know, win or lose. Losing, I'd always be in a bad mood, but you guys would always just bring me up, and I really just miss those days. So again, just thank you for everything, you know, that you have done for me. You've always supported me, and I just really appreciate it. I also want to take a second to thank my sister Cassidy, my brother-in-law Zach, my brother Sean, and, you know, countless friends that came here today. It means more than you know. To my partner Johnson, thank you for always being my #1 fan and rock. We both went to Salve our freshman year, and he never ceased to miss a home game to come watch me play and the team play. We would actually often watch film together, you know, after our games, and he was always brutally honest, always critiquing my game, challenging me on how not only I can get better, but the team can get better, just so that we can win games. So we truly just share that same love and compassion for basketball. And I wasn't going to bring this up today, but ironically, after college, we moved to Rhode Island in Pawtucket to an apartment that, you know, had a half-court basketball court in it. And I was like, well, this is just great. I cannot wait to just play him every night, which we play often, and I always, you know, kick his butt. So I enjoy it very much so. But, you know, once again, I just want to say congratulations again to all the other inductees. I'm just so blessed and honored and grateful to be inducted into the Salve Hall of Fame. So thank you, and go Seahawks.
Wow, congratulations, Meaghan. The humility continues, and it just shows Mom and Dad, you did a great job, congratulations. And Coach Hughes, I'll always remember you saying, when Meaghan would say, thank you for letting me play, you know, like, no, thank you for coming to Salve. And both Coach Hughes and Coach Foster, you'll have to fight over them, but Johnson Thomas could be the next assistant coach for one of these squads. And several of our honorees have mentioned what Coach Hughes and Coach Foster have known all along, that we recruit parents because they love to come to Newport. Oh yeah. Who doesn't love to come to Newport? So, speaking of Newport, somebody that doesn't have to come to Newport because he is Newport. Bobb Angel. Don't think you're going to sit back there. You're going to come up here. Welcome, Bobb Angel. This one's personal, Mr. Angel, because you and I go back a long way. Prior to my first year at Salve, Regina University, in my other life, I produced a sports talk show. It was called Chuck Wilson on Sports. I was never on the air, I produced it. But we would always come in second to this guy for the Broadcaster of the Year Awards. Always in second. Sometimes third. Maybe fourth. But he was always first. Broadcaster of the Year. Long before I ever met him in person, I knew about him. Could hear him. I've mentioned a few thank yous. One of the thank yous I want to mention is, she's not here today, Alexa. Alexa, turn on 1540 W80K so I can wake up in the morning with Bobb Angel, 6 to 9 a.m. And Alexa complies. Will you get over here? No, you can see yourself from here. All right, so we heard that famous broadcast 25 years ago this Tuesday, October 5, 1996. Ryan Sornberger with the barefoot field goal, winning it for Salve Regina 38-35, thanks to this guy bringing that to the airwaves before the internet. He brought Salve athletics to a high level. We owe so much to Bobb Angel. He broadcast in multiple locations. He would hit the road. But the first broadcast I remember him doing for us was before the 96 Bentley game with football, was with Director of Athletics Lynn Sheedy, high in the rafters, not of the Rogers Recreation Center, but Rogers High School. That's where we played our games 20-something years ago, 30 years ago. Coach Forster knows. That's where he played his games. He precedes the Rogers Recreation Center. And Bobb Angel was calling women's basketball championship games in 1995 because his AM 1540 station allowed for daytime broadcasting. Couldn't do the night game, unfortunately, on that signal when Sean Forster's team did win the 95 championship. But he's going everywhere. He's hit the road for the NEFC championship game in 2000, hosted at Worcester State with Bridgewater State and Salve Regina in the championship. He actually allowed me to do color commentary, and I am the most biased color commentary in the world, both against people in black and white stripes and Colby Sawyer. But we were high above courtside there broadcasting that championship, which was won in 2007 by the Seahawks on the road. Scott Barrett came up from the Newport Daily News covering it, and there's Bobb Angel broadcasting it. And then on the embracing the future and preserving the past, we got to hear him call the most miraculous championship game for Salve Regina women's basketball. Coach Hughes' first as a coach for the Seahawks in 2009. You hit the road with Ralph Gizzi, who was your sideline reporter in the Bentley game on the football sidelines. So I know Bob's going to thank a lot of people, but we have so much to thank him for. That championship game was similar to Ryan Birrell's championship run as the number 5 seed, winning 3 games on the road. Women's basketball did the same thing in 2009, winning 3 games on the road. The final championship win was at Endicott, and you were there for that historic more than half-court shot for Allegra Lavoie, who's also in our Athletic Hall of Fame. And you probably get asked this question a lot of times. What's your most memorable broadcast? And Andrew Pizzelli and I were sharing a meal at Miley Cafeteria last Saturday night after a long day of home games on this campus. And I think last Saturday's game goes right up there. Salve Regina football trailing 28-3. Not unlike those Patriots tonight. And then Salve Regina trailing 35-10, 35-16, 35-22, 35-29. He was bringing that action to everybody, not only through his own radio station, but because we bring his audio into our video stream, so it was going to a worldwide audience. That is the beauty of the technology that you have embraced, the future, and we are preserving the past. So we want to welcome Bobb Angel into the Athletic Hall of Fame, but let me share some quotes from people that could be here or could not be here. In my 20 years coaching the men's basketball program, I can't think of an individual who has been a bigger supporter of our student athletes and coaches than Bobb Angel. In high-achieving years, or in years our teams have struggled, Bobb has always been a positive and gracious advocate, singing the praises and highlighting the efforts of our student athletes. He has handled announcing our team's contests with preparation, professionalism, and class. He is very deserving of this honor. Sean Forster, thank you. I truly look forward to any time Bobb Angel would call one of our games. A true professional and excellent at what he did. Bobb made the games come to life for our radio audiences, but more than that, and what I most appreciated, was that he was genuinely invested and cared about the players and teams for which he gave voice. Corey Hughes, thank you. Bobb's voice is an essential part of our games. His enthusiasm while broadcasting brings so much joy to everyone he encounters, whether it's in person or over the airwaves. Miss Essential. Congratulations, Bobb.
Is that on? First of all, am I the only one in this room who was hoping during the chorus that Whoopi Goldberg was going to come down the stairs? That was a great song. And also, Mr. Habishaw, if I may, don't you sing again in front of a microphone, ever.
Far away.
All right. Katie Birrell. Good news for you. This is my speech. The first thing I wanted to say was that this institution of Salve Regina is so fortunate to have Mr. Habishaw over here. 30 years worth of this guy, the sports information director, now an associate athletic director. This guy, he must bleed Seahawk or something. Nobody cares more. And he is essential to me because when I get ready for a Salve game of any kind, I need to talk to Ed, and Ed and I converse a lot, and he gets me prepared to do what I do. And he's invaluable to me. As are some people, by the way, thank you, Jody. Didn't mean to give him the highlight there, but you know. I've been doing this thing a long time, and I'm proud of that. I'm sneaking up on 55 years, and just about got the hang of it. But I've been very fortunate. I put people alongside me that make me sound probably better than I really am. And in the football season, for the past 35 years, I've had a gentleman named Jim Ascoli, who is by my side, making me sound good, and he's just incredible. And that's a long time to have somebody do a football game next to you. Then, during the basketball season, I got this other guy who's been with me for about 25 to 30 years, and, you know, what little I know about basketball, he knows everything about basketball, and John Dias is here tonight, and I want to thank you, John. These kind of guys are rare, and they hang out with me for a long time. And finally, in the spring, this will be hard. You would have to show up. Mr. Ralph Gizzi, who passed away a few years ago, was with me for 35, 40 years, doing baseball and softball. And occasionally he'd help on the football games too. He would help me with anything. He knew baseball in and out, but if I needed him for football or basketball or anything, he would help out. And that's his son sitting up there right now. So thanks, Mr. Gizzi. When you're doing this thing, as long as I've been doing it, you know, we're a little hometown radio station, and I need support from an ownership factor. I don't want to bore you with all that, but I've had some very good owners. I've had some not so good owners, but I've got one right now that's the best ever. Her name is Bonnie Gomes. She and her husband own the radio station, and she is in back of me, supporting me every time. So I owe her a lot. And then there are all these Salve athletic directors and what's his name over here, and that kind of support is indescribable. And I can't begin to tell you how important it is for me to have people like that helping me tell the world what's going on here in the athletic endeavors. And I just, I could go on and on, but I think I won't. I think I'll stop. I just want you to know that I am sincerely thankful for the opportunity to tell the community, and now tell the world, of all that's going on here. The talented, dedicated Salve Regina athletes and the programs that are here are worth shouting about. And if you've ever tried to keep up with Meaghan Harden on a basketball court, or anything like that, you know how difficult that can be, but it sure is a lot of fun. And I'm very grateful I got to have that much fun. Thanks.
And like Clare Adams, Bobb Angel joins a rare group. She's the first inductee for women's volleyball. I want to recognize the Beauregards and the Duggan family. Bobb Angel is the first non-Salve affiliated person that we've inducted into our Athletic Hall of Fame. So one made snow angels in Kilimanjaro, the other is an angel. I'm sorry, you're an angel too. Trying to find my place. I will be inviting all of you up here to grab your poster and also to remain for photos so that Emily Glory will shoot those photos. One of the best ways to make God laugh is to tell him your plans. We know that we are blessed to be on earth to serve God's plan. I'm just happy that his plans have included bringing Clare Adams, Ryan Birrell, Sergio Gonzalez, Meaghan Harden, and Bobb Angel to Salve Regina University. And now, the Athletic Hall of Fame. Let's come on up, you five. Thank you. Everybody.
Congratulations, kiddo.
Yeah.